All right, we're going to do something a little different today. We are jumping forward in time to break down the news from just one single, incredibly important day, February 5th, 2026. This is the day the future of AI really just snapped into focus, showing us a world of immense power, consolidation, and yeah, a whole lot of risk. It all starts right here, with this one number. On this day, Alphabet announced what it was planning to spend on AI infrastructure for the year. That number is $185 billion. No, that is not a typo. That is more than double what they spent the year before. And that staggering number, it really frames our entire explainer today. This is the new cost to even compete in foundational AI. So you have to ask the really critical question. What happens to the world when the price of admission is so ridiculously high that only a handful of giants can even afford to play? That question leads us straight into our first major story, an absolutely unprecedented capital arms race. And this isn't just about code anymore, not by a long shot. This is a battle being fought with physical stuff, with concrete, with steel, and with direct access to the world's power grids. I mean, the sheer scale on this slide is what's just mind-boggling. Look at these numbers. Alphabet's budget is up over 100% year over year, just to serve its 750 million Gemini users. You've got Meta spending $135 billion, and get this, Oracle's reportedly in a liquidity crisis, just trying to finance a $500 billion promise to build data centers for OpenAI. This is a game of giants, period. So the crucial point here is that the biggest challenge for AI is no longer just about the algorithm. It's what the industry now calls compute capacity. This is a real-world physical problem. It's about securing enough land, getting enough power from the grid, and getting enough chips from the supply chain. The race has literally shifted from software engineering to massive-scale civil engineering. And this has a profound consequence. The AI industry is rapidly changing from this decentralized, innovative ecosystem into a centralized utility, kind of like your power company. A few corporations are set to control the fundamental infrastructure of our digital lives, simply because they're the only ones who can afford to own the physical world it all runs on. Okay, let's move to our next story and see how this all connects. This consolidation of power isn't just some theory. It is having a brutal, real-world impact. We're talking about the death of entire categories of software, a phenomenon analysts are now calling the Claude Cowork effect. So just a couple of days before our little time jump, Anthropic launched a suite of autonomous AI agents for legal, finance, and sales. And the market's reaction? It was immediate and it was savage. This slide shows record single-day stock drops for big, established companies like Thomson Reuters and LegalZoom. And why? Because their entire business models were threatened, literally overnight. And this isn't just about software companies. Anthropic's own CEO, Dario Amodei, made this startling prediction himself. He's not talking about the distant future. He's talking about a seismic shift in the white-collar workforce happening right now, driven by agents that can take 10 weeks of work and crush it down into 10 minutes. So why does this matter so much? Because we're watching a fundamental platform shift in real time. Businesses are moving away from buying dozens of different software applications and instead are just using autonomous agents that are built right into the foundational model itself. The model is becoming the new operating system, and that whole middle layer of software is just, well, it's vanishing. Now let's pivot from the digital world to the physical one. All this power in software and infrastructure is paving the way for the next giant leap. AI is leaving the screen and it's entering our physical world. The robotics revolution is no longer a promise. It is here. The engine for this whole revolution was announced on this day at CES 2026. It's called the NVIDIA Rubin platform. And this is not just a new graphics card. It's a full-stack supercomputer architecture with a new CPU, GPU, and DPU all working in concert. And its explicit goal? To make the AI needed for robotics 10 times cheaper to run. This slide nails the key innovation perfectly. Old AI, right, it learned from the messy data of the internet, text and images. But this new physical AI learns from virtual worlds. It's trained on the laws of physics inside simulations, which allows robots to actually understand and act in the real world. This is what people are calling the ChatGPT moment for robotics. This technological race, as you can probably imagine, is not happening in a vacuum. So let's zoom out to the geopolitical landscape, where the competition for AI supremacy has become the central front in, well, a new kind of global Cold War. This timeline shows three totally diverging paths. You've got the US with its new action plan going all in on innovation, deregulation, and speed. Then you have the EU, which is focused on risk and regulation with its AI Act. And then there's China, which is moving towards a national AI standard that deeply ties all development directly to state interests. And the result of this fragmentation is becoming painfully clear. We are heading towards a world with two distinct technological spheres of influence. A world with two internets, powered by two fundamentally different kinds of AI, building towards two very, very different futures. But all of this incredible new power comes with an equally powerful and frankly terrifying dark side. On this very same day, a report came out detailing a new class of threat, one that moves at a speed that completely defies human response. An attacker used an AI agent to completely take over a major AWS account. Just look at this attack chain. Initial access was instantaneous. Reconnaissance of the entire system took less than 2 minutes. Full administrative control, the keys to the kingdom, was achieved in under 10 minutes. Less than 10 minutes. The entire breach was executed autonomously, faster than a human security team could even finish their first cup of coffee and realize that something was wrong. It's just a different timescale. And this is the terrifying new reality. The speed of these autonomous attacks makes human-led cybersecurity completely obsolete. The paradigm has shifted. The only viable defense against a hostile AI is another autonomous AI. This is leading to a brand new arms race in AI versus AI security. So when we put all the news from this one single day together, a really powerful conclusion emerges. The era of us thinking about AI as just another tool, like a hammer or a spreadsheet, that era is definitively over. We have entered a totally new era. We're now living on an infrastructure that is becoming truly autonomous. It's making decisions and taking actions in both the digital and the physical worlds. And that leaves us with the most important question of all. On this new autonomous infrastructure, who exactly is writing the rules?